Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome our honorable guest from University Technology of Malaysia, King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, Federal University of Technology Babura, and University of Mataram. Our distinguished guest, BPS Republik Indonesia or representative official,
Vice Rector for General Administration and Finance, University of Mataram.
Chair of the Bureau of Academic and Student Affairs,
Vice Rector for Planning, Corporation and Information System, University of Mataram.
Director of Bima International University,
Rector of Habzanwadi University, or Representative Official.
BPS West Nusa Tenggara,
Coordinator of Statistics Department, University of Mataram.
Chairman of Committee Member. A warm welcome as well to our distinguished keynote speakers. Amalia Adininggarwidya Santi STP MSI, M.Ed PhD, the Chief Statistician of BPS.
Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hisamli from University Technology Malaysia.
Paula Moraga from King Abdullah University of Science and Technology.
Dr. Babangida Ibrahim Babura, Federal University of Technology Babura.
Together with respected management teams from University of Mataram and FORSTAT, our esteemed participants, presenters, and guests, a very warm welcome to Innovation in Statistics and Data Science for Data-Driven Decision Making 2026. Thank you for joining us this morning.
We will now begin the opening ceremony of the Innovation in Statistics and Data Science for Data-Driven Decision Making 2026. May I kindly ask everyone to please stand as we honor the national anthem of Indonesia, Indonesia Raya. Thank you. Please be seated.
To begin this ceremony, we humbly invite Mr. Agus Kurnia to lead the Doa recession. We kindly ask for your attention. To Mr. Agus Kurnia, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before we begin this event, allow me to lead a moment prayer for the international conference in accordance with Islamic teachings. For participants from other beliefs, please feel free to pray according to your own beliefs. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa barik wa salim amin ya Allah ya Rabbal Alamin. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. حمدا يعافي نعمه ويكافئ مزيده يا ربنا لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك الكريم وعظيم سلطانك اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا اللهم يسر أمورنا وسهل علينا ما نحن فيه اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا وأصلح ذات بيننا واهدنا سبل السلام ونجنا من الظلمات إلى النور وجنبنا الفواحش ما ظهر منها وما بطن وبارك لنا في أسماعنا وأبصارنا وقلوبنا وأزواجنا وذرياتنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم واجعلنا شاكرين لنعمتك مثنين بها قابلين لها وأتمها علينا O Allah, grant us benefit from what you have taught us, and grant us knowledge that is truly beneficial for us. O Allah, nothing is easy except what you make easy, and you can make difficult things easy if you wish. O Allah, make things easy for us, and make what we are doing easy for us. O Allah, bring our heart together, and make peace between us. Guide us to the path of peace. Deliver us from the darkness into the light. Keep us away from all kind of immorality, both open and hidden, and bless us in our hearing, our sight, our heart, our spouses, and our children. Accept our turning back to you, for you are the forgiving, the most merciful, and make us grateful for your blessing, praising them, accepting them, and completing them for us. O Lord, grant us good in this world and good in the hereafter, and protect us from the punishment of the hellfire. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. في الفاتحة. Thank you. Akhirul kalam. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Agus Kurnia.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to invite Dr. Siti Latifah, Vice Rector for Planning, Corporation and Information System, University of Mataram, to deliver her welcoming speech of FORSTAT International Conference, Innovation in Statistics and Data Science for Data-Driven Decision Making 2026. Please welcome Dr. Latifah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, salam sejahtera, salam kebajikan. Good morning. Honorable Chairman of FORSTAT, Forum Pendidikan Tinggi Statistika, and Honorable Head of BPS Central or Representative, and I see that Honorable Head of Pusdiklat BPS Republik Indonesia, Honorable Head of BPS Province, Rector of Universitas Bima Internasional MFH, Rector of University Hamsan Wadi or representative, Dean and Vice Dean of the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, Head of LPPM, University of Mataram, Head of the Bureau of Planning Corporations of University Mataram, our respected keynote speaker from Indonesia, from Malaysia, and from some other countries, coordinator of mathematics and statistics study programs, ladies and gentlemen, all distinguished participants. First and foremost, let us express our deepest gratitude to Almighty God for His blessing and mercy, which enable us to gather here today in good health and spirit. It is a great honor and a genuine pleasure for me on behalf of University Mataram to welcome all of you to the second FORSTAT International Conference. And we are truly delighted to see such the distinguished gathering of academics, practitioners, and partners who share a common commitment to advancing the field of statistics. We would like to extend our deepest appreciation to FORSTAT for placing its trust to University of Mataram as the host of these important occasions in collaboration with Universitas Hamsan Wadi and Universitas Bima Internasional MFH. We are honored to host not only the second FORSTAT International Conference, but also the FORSTAT National Assembly or Musyawarah Nasional 2026. This opportunity is not only a great honor for us, but also a meaningful responsibility to strengthen collaboration about higher education institutional in Indonesia. Distinguished guests, at this moment, University Mataram has 80 study programs, and one of them is study programs of statistics. Although the statistics study program at the University Mataram was only established in 2023, it has demonstrated steady and consistent growth ever since. It has continually ranked among the top 10 most preferred study programs for prospective students of our university. Let's give applause to study programs of statistics. This progress reflects the increasing interest and awareness of the importance of statistics in today's data-driven world. We believe that hosting this conference will further enhance the visibility of statistics, not only within our institutions, but also across the broader academic community and society. Moreover, we hope that second FORSTAT International Conference will serve as more than just academic gathering. So we hope it should become a dynamic platform where ideas are exchanged, collaboration are initiated, and partnerships are strengthened. Through this forum, we expect to see the growth of joint research, academic exchanges, and meaningful contributions to Tridharma of higher education among FORSTAT members. Thank you for the heads of the Pusdiklat Badan Pusat Statistik Republik Indonesia. I just came to this room and he has already offered to his employee to study in University Mataram. Thank you very much. And finally, once again, allow me to extend a warm welcome to all of you to Lombok and University of Mataram. Lombok, as you know, is blessed with stunning natural beauty and a rich cultural heritage. which we are truly proud to share with you. I hope you enjoy in Lombok within these 2 days. And we sincerely hope that your time here will be both professionally and enriching and personally memorable. So as you engage in meaningful academic discussion, while also experiences the warm hospitality and unique charms of our islands. So we wish you a productive, inspiring, and successful conference. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Thank you, Dr. Siti Latifah, for the warm welcoming remarks.
Next, we are honored to invite Dr. Bagus Hartono as Chief of FORSTAT to deliver the opening speech. Please welcome Dr. Bagus Hartono.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very warm welcome to all of you. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, of course, let us express our gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who blessing us with a lot of gift, health, and everything, so we can gather in this special occasion, second FORSTAT International Conference. The Honorable, the Chief Statistician of Statistik Indonesia, Ibu Amalia Daningar, PhD, the Honorable Vice Rector of Universitas Mataram, Ibu Dr. Insinyur Siti Latifah. Thank you for your welcoming speech to all of us, and the Honorable, the Dean of Fakultas Mathematics and Natural Sciences, and also the Coordinator of Statistics Program in Universitas Mataram, the Honorable Director of Universitas Hamsan-Wadi, Director of Universitas Bima Internasional, and of course the Honorable Bapak Ardi Haji, Bapak Wahyudin from Statistics Indonesia, also Professor Hisamli from University Technology Malaysia, all keynote speakers, all professors who join this event, also fellow colleges from several universities in Indonesia. Thank you very much for your coming. Ladies and gentlemen, as the chairperson of FORSTAT, I'm very glad, very honored to be here. Before, I think in the next 6 or 7 hours, we will sharing knowledge with a lot of professors from several university, and I'm very happy because today we will have at least 111 speakers from 44 universities. It is very important, and my deepest appreciation to the committee of this conference from the Statistic Program of University of Mataram, University of Hamsan-Wadi, and University of Bima International, who prepare these events in very excellent way. Ladies and gentlemen, FORSTAT, as the Association of Study Program of Statistics in Indonesia, have a high commitment to always increasing the quality of education in statistics in Indonesia, and we also would like to ensure that the graduates of statistics study program in Indonesia is not only proficient in theoretical of statistics, but also have good capability in tackle every challenges that we have in the data-driven era currently. So this event, the second FORSTAT icon, is a good occasion for us to sharing the idea to have a productive conversation among academicians, among professors in Indonesia, and also academicians and professors in other countries. Of course, we expect that during this conference, we can redefine what is statistics, what is data science in the future, so that we will have a better life in our country. Again, please give applause to the committee of FORSTAT Icon who has prepared this event, and thank you very much again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Bagus Sartono, for the gracious opening speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to the opening giving ceremony. We invite to the stage Vice Rector for Planning, Corporation and Information System, University of Mataram, Dr. Siti Latifah, Dean of Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, University of Mataram, Dr. Rahardi Wirawan, Chief of FORSTAT, Dr. Bagus Sartono, and Chair of the Statistics Department, Mrs. Mustika Hadijati. Please welcome to the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, with this we officially declare the second FORSTAT International Conference, Innovation in Statistics and Data Science for Data-Driven Decision-Making 2026. Thank you, Dr. Siti Latifah, Dr. Rahadi Wirawan, Dr. Bagus Sartono, Mrs. Mustika Hadijati. With the striking of the gong, the FORSTAT International Conference officially open. Please give a big round of applause.
Next, the performance cultural dance is the Kembang Sembah Dance, a traditional welcoming dance originating from Lombok, West Nusa Tenggara. This dance symbolizes respect, gratitude, and the warm hospitality of the local community. We now present the Kembang Sembah Dance. Please enjoy the performance. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the certificate presentation session for our keynote speech. We would like to respectfully invite Dr. Siti Latifa and Dr. Bagus Sartono to come forward and present the certificate to our keynote speaker and invited speaker. We kindly invite the keynote speakers one by one to the stage. Amalia Adininggar Widyasanti, the Chief of Statistician of BPS.
Profesor Teknologis Dr. Muhammad Hisami, University Teknologi Malaysia.
Paula Moraga from King Abdullah University of Science and Technology.
Dr. Babangida Ibrahim Babura from Federal University of Technology Babura.
Profesor Dedi Dwi Prastyo, Institut Teknologi 10 November, Indonesia. Dr. Irwansyah MSI, University of Mataram, Indonesia. Mrs. Desi Kumalasari, PhD, Zongnam University, China, University of Mataram, Indonesia. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please wait a moment. Take a picture together. Eye on the camera. In 3, okay. 1, 2, 3. Hold on, one more. Okay, in 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please big applause for our keynote speakers and invited speakers. Okay, one more. Okay, we kindly invite to our invited speakers and keynote speakers to stand in the front of audience to take a group photo session.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the certificate handover, we kindly invite everyone to stand for a group photo session. Please stand at your respective time, please.
Sekali lagi kami mengarahkan kepada seluruh audiens untuk berdiri di posisi masing-masing untuk melakukan sesi foto bersama dan harap sedikit merapat ke tengah panggung agar tidak ada audiens yang keluar dari lensa kamera. Terima kasih. Okay, everyone. Eye on the camera. Okay, thank you. Please, one more. Okay. Look at the camera. Okay. Okay, give you for Undram Unggul, everybody. Raise your hand. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all of the opening agenda. So we are master of ceremony. Say thank you for all of you and sorry for all of the mistake. Thank you. That's all from opening agenda. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin keynote session. First keynote session, our keynote speaker is Amalia Adininggar Widya Santi, PhD, Chief Statistician of BPS Statistics, who will deliver a talk entitled The Future of National Statistics of Office, the Data-Driven Police Era. This session will be moderated by Mamika Ujianita Romdini, PhD. To Amalia Adininggar Widya Santi, PhD, and Mamika Ujianita Romdini, PhD, the screen and stage are yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. It is a great honor for me to introduce our first keynote speaker for the second International Conference 2026, Ibu Amalia Adininggar Widyasanti, ST, Master of Science, Master of Engineering, PhD, or she is warmly known as Bu Winnie. Bu Winnie has a strong academic background. She earned her Bachelor of Engineering and Master of Science in Chemical Engineering from Institut Teknologi Bandung, followed by a Master of Engineering from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in United States, and a PhD in Economics from the University of Melbourne in 2005. She has contributed to important research, including economic impact of the Asian Games and the impact of new trade agenda on the macroeconomic performance of Indonesia and Japan. Since joining the Ministry of National Development Planning, Bappenas, in 1999, she has held various key positions in economic planning and policy. On February 19, 2025, she was officially appointed as the head of Badan Pusat Statistik (BPS) Statistics Indonesia by the President of the Republic of Indonesia. For this session, she will deliver the future of National Statistics Office in the data-driven policy era. The presentation will take approximately 30 minutes, followed by a 15-minute question and answer session. With her extensive experience in economic policy, planning, and statistics, we are confident that her insights today will be highly valuable for all of us. Without further ado, please join me in warmly welcoming Ibu Amalia Adininggar Widyasanti, PhD. Ibu Winnie, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, distinguished chair of FORSTAT, esteemed colleagues, respected academics, and also to all distinguished guests for this event. Of course, it is a great honor and privilege for me to be invited as a keynote speaker at this important gathering of the Indonesian Forum for Higher Education in Statistics. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to FORSTAT for the kind invitation and for organizing the 2026 National Congress. The series of events reflects not only the strong collaboration among universities that has statistics programs in Indonesia, but also the growing importance of statistics in shaping evidence-based policymaking, innovation, and also, last but not least, national development program. In this session, I would like to highlight several key agendas where data are very important and play a very critical role in decision making, and where the contribution of statisticians and data scientists are becoming more essential in shaping Indonesia's future. Next slide. First and foremost, BPS Statistics Indonesia has established a Memorandum of Understanding with the Indonesian Statistical Association and FORSTAT in 2021 to foster, strengthen, and advance the field of statistics and data science. Of course, we highly appreciate this collaboration and believe that it will further advance the role of statistics and data science in promoting evidence-based policy-making process. Furthermore, we also look forward to FORSTAT's continued support and active participation in the successful implementation of the 2026 economic census that will start in this month. Through strong collaboration, we are confident in delivering a high-quality data that will serve as a solid foundation for Indonesia's future development. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start my presentation by sharing some key issues that have been discussed and debated in the 57th sessions of the United Nations Statistical Commissions last March in New York. The key transformations shaping the future of NSO, or National Statistics Office. First, the future of National Statistics Office is a growing shift beyond GDP as the soul of global benchmark. Secondly, we are witnessing an acceleration in the use of AI and alternative data sources, which requires strong investment in data science capabilities. Thirdly, NSOs are transitioning into orchestrators of a national data ecosystems, no longer working in isolation but collaborating with multiple data producers across government and beyond. Fourthly, data governance becomes critical, particularly in strengthening legal frameworks, enhancing transparency, and building public trust through effective communications. Finally, this shift highlights that the transformation of National Statistics Office is not only technical, but also institutional and very strategic. That led us to the new paradigm of NSOs. The role of NSO, or the role of National Statistical Office, is rapidly evolving. We must move beyond simply producing statistics, and we have to take a more strategic role in shaping public policy. In the context of mainstreaming statistics in the policy making, we must all agree that statistics credibility is the foundation of effective public policy. It is built on reliable, objective, and transparent data that decision makers can trust and helps government to make an accurate decisions and policy. The credibility of official statistics is further strengthened through standardized definitions, rigorous methodologies, national representativeness, continuity over time, and strong public accountability. Importantly, these practices align with international standards, reinforcing trust at both national and global level. BPS Statistics Indonesia applies methodologies that follow international standards set by the United Nations Statistical Commission and other global institutions to ensure that the data that we produce remain consistent, comparable, and widely trusted. However, in today's complex and evolving landscape, credibility alone is not enough. Data must actively support it in every stage of development. Data plays a crucial role across every stage of development, as it is not only provides the foundation for policy formulation during planning, but also guides the implementation to ensure alignment with the established goals and targets. Moreover, data serves as a key benchmark in evaluation by measuring impact and effectiveness, while continuously supporting monitoring efforts to keep the development on track. At the same time, development is inherently multidimensional, meaning it cannot be fully understood through a single indicator, but rather through an interaction of social, economic, and environmental dimensions that together shape sustainability. Therefore, high quality data across all stages of development is essential to achieve effective balance and sustainable outcomes that is reflected by the indicators that we produce. Building on this, let me highlight how these data are actually used in practice. BPS Statistics Indonesia regularly publish comprehensive statistics covering economic growth, trade, poverty, and employment, which together provide a clear picture of Indonesia's socio-economic conditions. These data serve not only as essential information for policymakers, but also act as an early warning system for the corporate sector. For instance, economic growth indicators guide corporate expansion for their businesses, while minimum wage adjustment depend on real living costs and inflation data as well that we produce. Additionally, social safety nets are strengthened based on a detailed statistics and price monitoring at local levels to help maintain stability in our society. This demonstrates that high quality statistics are very critical, not only for understanding the shape of our economy, but also for anticipating the risk and to guide the policymakers to have a decision timely. But we don't stop there. As a part of this ongoing transformation, we strive not only to provide high quality statistics, but also to evolve continuously as a national statistics office that serves as a key reference point for development efforts. Several examples of what BPS is already doing in this regard are highlighted in the next slide, including adoption, we call it the DTSEN, Data Tunggal Social Economic National or National Social and Economic Data. And also we have Data Tunggal Bencana, or we call it disaster integrated data, and many more. This vision is already being translated into action by BPS through the development of Data Tunggal Social Economic Nasional. We call it an integrated social and economic data, which is developed by BPS and managed by BPS. Started last year. And by having this data, we can ensure timely and more accurate statistical, economic, and social condition of our society. As of January 2026, DTSAN has successfully consolidated to 289 million individual records in our country, and also in this DTSAN, we have 95 million family records that is integrated with with a socio-economic indicators and database. This system is already being widely by 32. This data, the DTSAN, has been widely used by 32 central government ministries and agencies, as well as being used as well by 20 local governments. Its applications are highly practical and policy relevant, including to improve the more targeted social assistance, and also the government also use this DTSAN for the implementation of housing programs, and also we use this DTSAN to really for mapping and also to direct the government intervention for disaster affected areas. Looking forward, BPS will further strengthen this ecosystem through the 2026 economic census, which will produce a more comprehensive and up-to-date databases. The economic databases that we will build upon or based on the economic census that we will undertake this year. The economic database will serve as a critical foundation for formulating the economic policies and also to support many insights to our stakeholders in our country. As another key action, BPS is advancing the use of data to support timely and responsive disaster management. BPS Statistik Indonesia is appointed by the president to build the integrated disaster data management. It was stated in the presidential regulation number 1 of 2026 concerning the Sumatra disaster rehabilitation and reconstruction. This regulation underscores the strategic role of BPS Statistics Indonesia in leading the development of an integrated, unified disaster data system that is supported by an integrated dashboard to enhance accessibility and policy responsiveness that will be undertaken by other related government agencies. In this context, BPS also advancing the cross-sectoral data integration to ensure that the data produced across institutions can be effectively harmonized and utilized. One key priority is enabling rapid data response mechanism, particularly through data matching and verification processes in close collaboration with local governments. This is very essential to ensure that data remains accurate, up-to-date, and responsive to dynamic policy needs, especially in times of crisis. Taken together in this effort, we would like to mention that the role of a National Statistics Office is not only provide the conventional statistics indicators, but we are also expected to provide a more integrated data that can support the need of the government and the society to have a more comprehensive and also a more accurate and timely data and data statistic to support the government intervention or the government policy making process. This is an example of we call it Data Tunggal Bencana Sumatra or DTBS, or in English, we call it an integrated data on Sumatra disaster. This integrated data on Sumatra disaster, we built also a dashboard that have one feature of this dashboard is actually we have an interactive map, which enables dynamic and real-time visualization of disaster-related information across region, especially in Sumatra. In addition, the dashboard also provides comprehensive data visualization across multiple sectors, and we provide all data in this dashboard in real time. Next slide. This is an example how the dashboard, this is the example of the what dashboard can provide many information, and also we can really pinpoint, not this slide please, the previous one. In Data Tunggal Bencana Sumatra, we can dig down especially the picture of the houses affected by the disaster, and we can also provide information on social and economic condition of the affected area by the disaster. Next, in slide 12, we would like also to show you our advancement beyond our traditional approach. That one of them is we can utilize technologies which is big data and satellite imagery data, and we integrate traditional statistic approaches with innovative remote sensing techniques to detect urban slum areas in Jakarta. The research aims to classify slum regions using both object-based and pixel-based methods, while also evaluating their comparative performance across the provinces. To illustrate this, the visual map on the right shows the spatial distribution, where the red indicates slum buildings, green represents non-slum areas, brown denotes non-slum buildings, and blue marks uh, uh, showing the water area. From the analysis, several key areas such as Kemayoran, Johor Bahru, and Tanjung Priok are identified to have significant slum concentrations, even though they are not far away from our, our center of capital city. The findings clearly show that the object-based approach achieved the highest accuracy at the level around 90%, which is enabling BPS to provide a more reliable framework for identifying slum areas and to support more precise and targeted urban policy intervention. Next, we also would like to share with you about the use of Sentinel-2 satellite data with medium spatial resolution that can efficiently to help our field survey. Through a machine learning-based approach, areas can be systematically classified as slum or non-slum based on their visual and environmental features, thereby improving both speed and consistency in analysis. And also, at the same time, this method is not purely technological, as it is complemented by semi-traditional approaches such as e-survey and also on-the-ground verification. So we actually, for this data to identify the slum areas, we also collaborated with the Jakarta capital city government because they actually really need the data to provide a more targeted policy intervention to reduce the number of slum areas in Jakarta. While BPS produces statistics that are more accurate, it is also essential to recognize and manage the emerging risk associated with the statistical innovation. And the key challenge is actually adaptive data provision, where the use of alternative data sources raises concerns about data privacy, cybersecurity vulnerabilities, and inconsistency due to non-standardized data formats. To address these challenges, BPS anticipated through the implementation of strong confidentiality protocols, including legal protection, anonymization, and data aggregation alongside enhanced digital security, supported by a more secure infrastructure and a strategic partnership with one of them is our partnership with the Agency of National Cyber Security. So, another one is strengthening statistical governance. We do it by having standardization and validation combined with continuous capacity building, modernization, and a firm commitment to transparency and quality assurance ensures that innovation remains both responsible and sustainable. Ultimately, statistical innovation requires strong collaboration across the statistical ecosystem. In this context, the role of FORSTAT becomes very important, particularly as an academic community that can support a broader statistical ecosystem, can also provide more innovation to serve National Statistics Office can do more beyond traditional approach. FORSTAT can contribute through innovation creation, through innovation to enhance methods through the use of data science, Internet of Things, and big data analytics. I think this research can enable more rigorous and objective findings, how that National Statistic Office can utilize more big data and also utilize more technology to improve our production in statistics. In addition, through strong partnerships, FORSTAT can also support the development of better statistical methodology, including how we can utilize further on satellite imagery and small area estimation, while also strengthening capacity by preparing future statisticians with advanced skills in data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. FORSTAT can play a key role in raising public awareness, the importance of statistics, and how we can improve the statistic literacy in our society. In this context, BPS will remain committed to further strengthening our collaboration to advance statistical development in the future. For your information, in my last part of my presentation, I would like to mention to you as well that we are going to undertake the 2026 economic census. It is mandated by our law in statistics that in the year ended by 6, we have to undertake the economic census. And why economic census is very important? As we understand that by having and undertake the economic census, we can capture all economic activities and current economic structure. And also we can capture digital economic activities, and we also can really identify the emerging economic activities that happening in our countries. As your information that we understand, Malaysia also is undertaking the economic census this year, and Malaysia and Indonesia also, of course, can share our experiences while we are undertaking the economic census in the same year. And of course, I would like to share with you that when we are doing the economic census, we have 3 ways of data collection mechanism. We are not only based on the paper base, but we also provide online self-enumeration using digital questionnaires. Go to slide 23, please. And we also have, we can also provide the printed questionnaires or paper-based questionnaires, especially for the respondent, which is really need the paper-based questionnaire, but we also can provide face-to-face interview using mobile devices. And of course, we built some innovation for our economic census 2026. In particular, we are utilizing more and better digital infrastructure and data security. And of course, we also utilize artificial intelligence to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of our economic census. What innovation that BPS Statistik Indonesia do for economic census this year? One of them is we utilize geotagging for business location, and we also use live tracking of enumerators for quality assurance and validity of field visits. We utilize AI for business classification to maintain accuracy in the determination of the classification of business activities. We also have AI virtual assistants to provide 24/7 7 days, 24 hours, 7 days support for enumerators if they have questions and if they need assistance, in related to economic census or, more explanation on what they have to do or the definition of each classification and many more. We also provide services on information services by generating chatbot based on AI to the society and other stakeholders that is relevant to the economic census issues. We also utilizing AI for enumerator training, and this is actually in-house. The AI technology is actually developed by our employees. And further, we are seeking support from FORSTAT. We can strengthen collaboration with universities through FORSTAT, particularly to support the Indonesian 2026 economic census. So I would like to have some support from you all, especially for universities in Indonesia, to raise awareness and outreach regarding to Indonesian 2026 economic census by disseminating information about the economic census through any platforms, through academic forums or campus communication channels. We also would like to be facilitated to outreach information about economic census activities, and more importantly is we would like to raise awareness to all our society when our census enumerator visit anyone in our country, because we will also be visiting houses and also universities, and also we will reach individuals, not only the business entities. And when our enumerator visits you all in anyone in our country, please respond to any questions provided by our enumerator, because the quality of our economic census will be very much dependent on how accurate that the respondent answers the questions from our enumerator. So I will stop there. And again, innovation in statistics and data science is the key to transforming National Statistic Office to provide a more integrated data statistics using a better technology. Again, I will stop there, and we hope that we can have a very productive forum today. And thank you very much for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have just listened to an insightful presentation from Bu Winnie, but unfortunately, Bu Winnie has another appointment with the Minister of Home Affairs. So the question and answer session is, we cannot do it today, but we can discuss later with Bu Winnie. Okay, Bu Winnie has presented how National Statistics Offices transform their role to remain relevant in an era of big data, real-time analytics, and AI-driven policy making. On behalf of the FORSTAT International Conference 2026, I would like to sincerely thank Bu Winnie for her valuable sharing today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warmly round of applause. Okay. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Our profound gratitude to Amalia Adini Garwidia Santi PhD and Mamika Ujianita Romdini PhD for your exceptional contributions and for imparting such inspiring and insightful knowledge to us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we now proceed to second keynote session. Our speaker is Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hishamli from the University of Technology Malaysia, presenting Statistical Foundations of Data Science for Data-Driven Decision Systems. The session will also be moderated by Dina Eka Putri, MSE. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hishamli and Dina Eka Putri, MSE.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, distinguished guests, respected speakers, and my fellow statistician. First of all, it is a very great honor for me to serve as a moderator this morning, along with our distinguished keynote speaker, Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hishamli. And today, but before we begin, as mentioned, before we begin our session, I would like to introduce a little bit about our keynote speakers, Professor Muhammad Hishamli. So Professor Dr. Muhammad Hishamli is a distinguished statistician with more than 30 years of experience in academia, industry, and policy, and his expertise includes statistical quality control, forecasting, and data-driven system with application in engineering, environmental studies, and real-world decision-making. He also held important leadership roles in data management and institutional research, supporting the development of data-driven decision system. Not only that, at the national level, he contributes to academic governance and quality assurance and advises the Ministry of Higher Education of Malaysia. And he is also a fellow of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia and the Academy of Professors Malaysia. His work continues to shape both statistical practice and real-world decision-making. Very impressive, Professor. So now I guess all of us can wait any longer to hear your insightful presentation. So just a kind of reminder, Professor Lee, that you will probably have approximately 30 minutes to present your presentation, and will be follow up with a Q&A session for about 10 minutes. So if all of you, ladies and gentlemen, have any question, we will address it after the presentation. Okay, without any further ado, Professor Lee, the stage is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Testing. This one better. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Amma ba'. And first and foremost, I would like to thank FORSTAT for inviting me as a keynote speaker for this conference. And congratulations for well-organized this FORSTAT, the second international conference. And also thanks to the University of Mataram, another two private universities, including FORSTAT, for organized this conference. Last but not least, I would like to thank ITS, especially Prof. Dedi, for inviting me under the Equities WCU programs. I will be there in Surabaya for 2 weeks, so from 5th until 18th, until next week. Alhamdulillah. So you can see friends and colleagues, familiar faces. Prof. Hize is here, and many others. Okay, so thank you very much for having me here. So I hope we're going to have a fruitful conference. So we're going to start our presentations? Yeah, all right. So this way, there's a topic that I think is somehow much relevant to us nowadays. And we are sitting in the committees, and everybody here is statisticians. And I think I'm going to echo what have been mentioned by the chief statisticians, BPS, Indonesians, about related to what he has mentioned just now. So just want to mention some of the framework that currently that we should embark into that are related to data-driven decision systems, whereby statistics will be the foremost important foundations for this data science to build intelligent systems. Can I have the remotes? Can I have the remotes? Yeah. Okay, so better if I do it rather than I say next. All right, thank you. I think some important quotes are well-known quote by Edward Demings, where he mentioned that without data, without data, all of us just another opinions. People can just give opinions without hard proof. So, but data alone actually is not enough. I think everybody know about that. Can I have the slide? All right, thank you. So data himself actually is not enough. So the most important thing is that we need to have not only thinking, but the statistical thinkings that we can transform the data into knowledge. So not only data, but most important thing will be the knowledge that we need to transfer. Where is the? No, it's okay. I just want to try. Okay, cannot. So probably from that side. Oh yeah, okay. Probably nearer. Yeah, next. Next. Also, who control the slide? Oh, okay. Okay. So, thank you. Just a quick start about data explosions. Nowadays, as we know, we live in the era of unprecedented data explosions. So, industry, governments, basically, they generate massive of data due to the internet availability, apps, and so forth. Everything will be online, and the data will be much more complex compared to the early days. So with that, we arrive into era of what we call as a high-dimensional data set. Data will go through the streamings, and also data will be in the heterogeneous forms and also real times. So the key question is no longer do we have data. Back in the early days, probably we have difficulties in terms of collecting data, but now the data is already available. So do we have reliable statistical knowledge? So this is a key from whereby we can extract from the data. So I think this is a high time. It's very good for us in the Committee of Statistics to able to contribute to countries and so forth. Where is the who control behind? I see. No, it's not there. Oh, okay. The previous one. I think you just scroll should be enough. Because the dimension is not equal. Why you got something like that? I think you control the better. It's even too far. Help me to control. Thanks. Who is the controller? Over there or over here? Just want to know. Or this side? Okay, right. So why statistics matters? So now today we are talking about data science. Why statistics matters? Because this is data science always associated with machine learning, AIs, big data technology, and so forth. Right. So, however, reliable decision system required these uncertainties, quantifications, and also robust modelings due to the complexity of the data, and due to the complexity of the system, so whether it's interpretability or not, because of the high dimensions issues, and whereby the statistical reasoning is very important or paramount. Statistics provide an intelligent foundation. So always statistics will be there compared to the old days, whereby the data are less available. Next, please. Next. Yeah, this I just give you a quick go through the evolutions of data science. I think in the old days we start with the data science, whereby we can see that we do the experimental design, DOE, probability theory. We did our first students on this and for the first degree programs and statistical inference and so forth. After that, computers emerging and so forth. We have the Monte Carlos method simulations. We teach our students on that, whereby we're very handful for postgraduate studies and research and so forth. Later on, we have this data science, whereby we have the large scale data analysis. So we end up until that stage, and where the statistical learning knowledge and also data engineering becomes important in terms of employability and so forth. So then the evolutions, nowadays we can see a lot of AIs have been developed. Basically, the behind it is the deep learnings. And people like to do on the automation of the system and generatives. So this one just between computer science and also statistics. So if you capitalize it, and we have a much more knowledge, much more understandings and deep understanding in terms of the machine behind it. So the computer science basically more in front in terms of applications, in terms of automations of the systems. But for as a graduate, I think they need both. Okay. Next. Okay, this one we just give you show that statistics actually provides the foundations. They give you this framework that actually statistical science give you a very good foundations that actually powers the data science and also artificial intelligence. So no worry for us, all the statisticians, we are here and actually we can help a lot in terms of data science. As in Malaysia's data science mostly will be parked under computer science, not statistics. But I think in Indonesia, data science actually can be used also in science or statistics per se. Next. Yeah. Okay, I will see. Okay, thank you. Next, this one again. Next. This is a new challenge, okay? So see the data is massive and we have a lot of complex data, and you can see that the new challenges will be that we have the number of variables maybe exceeds the number of observations, especially related to genomes, medical data and other data. And we have a massive data of volumes, okay, and streamings of data. So this will become our new statistical challenges, whereby the old method may be have handicaps and cannot be that good. Then we need to develop new methods for this. Next. Yeah, so here we have two perspective or dominant modern data analytics. One is the algorithms thinkings, whereby we have the pattern recognitions, prediction accuracies, automated. Some of the computer science also very keen on toward this one, but for science students or the statistics students also should learn much on this. I think we are much more heavy on this the statistical thinkings, whereby we build model based on reasoning. We have the uncertainties quantifications, cautious inference, and so forth. So modern data science benefiting from these two integration between these. So we cannot only nowadays for the students only thinking about the statistical thinking, but ignoring the algorithms thinking. So we need to combine these both, so it will be benefits for the data science. Next. So modern society is often assumes that more data automatically lead to better decisions. This is basically is not 100% true. Data alone cannot answer the fundamentals questions. So it's observe a relationship reals or randoms. Okay. I also can know how much uncertainty is associated with the result. So are we observing correlations or causations? So this is will be the not enough. So statistical answer uncertainty or questions. Next. Yeah, statistical thinking basically is the foundation for modern scientific discoveries. You can see in clinical trials, evidence-based all these medicines, climate change modelings, quality controls in engineering, laboratory analysis, AI learnings, and so forth. So statistical thinking enables reliable scientific and technology progressions. So we contribute a lot compared to some field that actually are very fundamentals. But here we can see that actually we just in between. We need to have a strong foundation, and also we can show the tangible applications in terms of technologies progressions. Next. So the question is no longer how do we analyze. So in the old days, probably this will be our focus. Teach our students how to analyze. So so it's not enough for current situations. So we need to progress. So the real question here is how do we build intelligent system. So our students need to have this kind of abilities system that from the data. So just now you can see mentioned by the first keynote speaker that. The AI system, the apps, so is built by the BPS in-house. Next. Yeah, a bit small. Can you remove the, yeah, too small for me. Already 60, I'm sorry. Can you just remove the video so I can see it clearer? So, thanks. So this will be the new paradigm for statistical science. Okay, so the rapid evolutions data landscape requires broader visions of statistical science. So what we need to do here, basically, we need to integrate these four capabilities. This will be the important part. I think the first one was also mentioned by the chief of BPS just now in terms of monitorings. Okay, so the detecting changes, okay, in terms of the anomalies of the data streaming and so forth. The second one is learning. So extracting patterns from complex and high dimensions data. So if we can do all this, I think it's good for our students, for undergraduate and also for postgraduate, for the research, and also good for the staff also. And another thing is important now, people also talking about predictions. So forecasting future streamings of dynamic data. I think we do have forecasting subject and so forth, but we can increase it. And also decision support, transforming statistics insights into actionable knowledge. Can you remove the one? Too small. Thank you. So, yeah, thank you. So statistical sciences is evolving from data science to decision intelligence. I think most of us, very technical people, probably can do the first one. We're able to build the system, okay, in terms of come up with the patterns, do forecasting. But sometimes in terms of transforming, or giving actionable knowledge, okay, pitching, in a high level, the C-suites, okay, in company and so forth, sometimes a bit of lackings. So you can enhance in this, in terms of their soft skill, I think our students will be very good in place. Not only we put in the positions for the technicals, but also overall, it can be in a managerial role. Next. Next. So this is a framework that I actually want to show you that this will be the pipeline, the statistical pipeline from the data to the decision systems. So we have the data streaming that available from many sources. Then we can go to the monitoring process, learning process, the prediction. So these three processes, I think all our students and we should monitor, focus on this. So if we are able to focus on this, our students will be in good positions, and our research also will be in good. So the next is mentioned here is a statistical power, the data decision pipeline. So in all these stages, okay, we need statistics. So statistics are so important, okay, not only in the data streamings, not only in the monitoring process, but until the ends. So we can contribute in the overall pipelines. Next. So statistically, this one is the engines for the power, the intelligence. You can see how they actually can do it, engine of intelligence systems. So we start off with the statistical science. So we learn about probability, inference, okay, DOA and so forth. Then now we have the data science. So people are talking about data engineering. Okay, our students should expose to these statistical learnings. Computational, I think it's already there, between Python, R and so forth. So our students are good on that, and predictive models and additional things, automations, okay, generative AI and so forth. So the whole line of this. Next. This will be the innovations framework. So I think we should embark. Okay, decision model system require this statistical capability for our students. For example, statistical monitoring, we can have the control charts. Statistical learning, we have dimension models, forecasting systems, decision intelligence. So all this will build or consider a stage for the backbone of these statistical innovations in our data science. Next. Here you can see then how we can integrate these decision systems for these three important components or categories: monitoring, learning, and also predictions. So over of these three pillars, then we can have the decision system. So that is driven by data. So data-driven systems, data-driven decision systems. Next. Next. So I'm going to show you three cases. Hopefully enough time. If not, I will cut short. 10 minutes. So probably I will skip a bit. Okay, I'm going to give you three case study here. So first is related to the first one I mentioned, monitoring the control system. This is basically the evolutions. Just showing you a quick one. We have a control jet, we have a shoe heart, then we have the Q sums. So basically now there are people venture into the additive, okay, and we have the AI monitoring, so more into automations, the intelligence part here. So for industry quality control, the intelligent monitoring system. Next. This is monitoring systems. Probably we can skip this one. Basically, it's mentioned is about early detections for the process shift. Next. This will be the very standards control charts. We have the shoe heart control chart. Basically, they're looking effective for detecting large shift. The second one is for moderate and also a small shift. The third one will be more on smooth post-observation for detect granular changes, small changes. All these charts will be our foundation for a monitoring system. So I think most of the students learn about this, and I think we can venture. So the later on we'll see the adaptive one. Next. So the challenges in modern monitorings for industrial environments, so they create these new challenges because we have this unknown magnitude of shift. Not that old days where everything is one. So this one have a magnitude of shift. We have a highly variable process dynamics. We have a production environments and needs for adaptive monitoring methods. So classical control system charts assume the old days they assume the fixed shift size, okay, which is not more realistic in the practical situations. Next. So this is the adaptive control charts, okay, monitoring systems. Basically, you just adjust their parameters dynamically. The advantage is that we can detect the unknown shift, improve sensitivities, and also maintains stable in control performance. So the recent one, we have this adaptive Q-sums or control charts, okay, based on these statistical learning mechanisms. Next. This one is a quick idea and an example give you, okay, they publish in, okay, in journals and so forth. Okay, so the dynamics update for this, these are key, and the methods, components used here, something like generalized likelihood ratios, robust and so forth. Next. This is the overalls, algorithms, monitoring cycles. You start from the incoming data, do the estimation of the shift, okay, then the parameters update, and you have the additive Q-sums. Then whether we out of control or in control, then they go to these cycles, okay. This will be the algorithms monitorings. Next. So this is a performance. You can see the adaptive somehow is much more better than provide faster detections for a wider range of shift, not only for the for the big shift, but also for moderate and small shift. Next. Yeah, this will be the summaries, okay. Statistic monitoring, but basically what they say is statistic monitoring is a cornerstone for data-driven decision system. So that's why we teach our students, okay. This is somehow is a compulsory doing monitorings. So when you do it, you can do a lot of publication and so forth. Students also benefit end of their journeys for PhD. Next. This one, the second one, okay, statistical learnings, related to have a very complex, huge data sets, okay, whereby we have 1,000 of predictors, but we only a few hundreds of observations. We come out with this what we call high dimension. We have a limited sample size, and this will be in genomics and others, data analytics and document classification. Financial risk modeling also have this kind of data. Next. So this will be the frameworks. These are core components. Okay, we're going to have a classical models, classification model. Sorry, feature selections, then regulations, model validations. So the goal here, what you want to achieve is accurate predictions, Passinormal model. So we don't want to have many variables there. Okay, and scientific interpretation. If the variable is too many, thousands and millions, so we want to interpret it very difficult. So we reduce the dimensions. Next. So this one I just show you, as the dimension increase, you can see that the data become more sparse. Okay, which this makes classical statistical model more difficult in terms of interpret and so forth, and to identify. Okay, the next. So in high dimensions space, 5 minutes, yeah, I think can finish, hopefully. We'll be fast. So you can see that the effects reflects to the distance concentrations. Okay, if you have more data, you see very similar, but you don't know. So that's why you need to reduce the dimension. Next. So this one just give you some idea about how the high dimensions works. So in high dimension, you can see most variables are noisy. Only few actually contain the real signals. Okay, for the sparse statistical learnings to identify the importance and remove the irrelevant variables. Next. This is binaries, logistic regressions. Okay, so the challenges using this kind of a model is that the design metrics become singulars, maximums. So the likelihood estimation and unstables. Okay, high risk. So basically, they create all fitting issues. Okay, so what is the solution? So the solutions should not use the basic one, the binary. So use the sparse. Okay, sparse logistication. Next. This is a common penalties we introduce. Okay, to overcome these overfitting issues. We can use lasso, elastic nets, and so forth. Next. Okay, so this is some of the genomic expressions, case study for here, as you can see. Okay, next. Right, so we can apply the additive lassos. Okay, this is feature selection. Okay, next. to reduce the space. So you can see here, the lasso create there's coefficients shrinkage. Then we have a selected gene subset here. Next. So this one is the sparse interpretable statistical learnings. So modern statistical learning combine sparse regulations and probabilities, probabilistic modelings to produce interpretable predictive systems. Next. So here some of the applications. Just now I will give you one application concerning the one. Just in generics, this will be the case. For example, cancers classification using microarray data. All this is available. So you go to websites and so forth. They will be available for all these case studies. Next. Next, I think this one you can read on the one. The key insight. This third one, predictive. Okay. So next. As you can see, predictive. So the challenges is the complex seasonals, non-linear. We have the external effects. So this thing is quite similar, but you still have some complex and non-linear issue. Next for predictive. This is a traditional one. Our students learn about ARIMA, seasonal, exponential, and so forth. So the strength here is a very strong theoretical foundations, but you have the limitations. Okay, difficult handlings and non-linear patterns. Okay. And have a limited flexibility of complex data. Next. So machine learning comes, again, so it's very good. So we have this and NN, we have this LSTMs, okay. RNN is a deep learning methods. Nowadays, if your students are doing this, and you can teach our postgraduate students on this, other than that, this is important for them, easy for them to get published because it's well accepted. People are moving into these directions. Okay, advantage is that they can capture non-linear relationship, flexible in terms of modeling capabilities. They have these kind of challenges, all fitting and so forth. Next. This is a hybrids, okay, forecasting models, commons. There's SSA, decompositions, they have residual modeling using the NN and or the fuzzy. Okay, so some example here using the prophets and so neural networks. Not going to go details because short of time, sorry about that. But basically the data, what we do is that we decompose in two components. What is the stochastics component? Another one is the deterministic components. Next. This is a basic idea. So you can see on the left and the right here. So the data actually decompose in two. So this one give you the overall pipelines only. Next. This is applications, okay, for electricity loads and for others also. You can venture into. Next. Okay, this is a key insight. So the hybrid models, basically, you want to do research, so hybrid model will be the way to go. Okay, they actually combine the statistical theories with the machine learnings. So powers and statistical remain very solid foundation for modern predictive systems. So statistics is always there. So alhamdulillah, luckily that now we are in this field. Next. Next. So this is our future directions. Okay, what will be emerging things? So I still remember I'm with Amahom Pak Suhartono from ITS previously. So he come to UTM, do his postdoc, and we already started talking about machine learnings and so forth. Prof Daddy also same things. So I think so the thing, and now it becomes something common in industries. People are talking about all this. So this is emerging. So I think for our postgraduate students or lecturers want to venture, you venture into all these new things that emerging. Okay, understandings and interpretables, complex system, the explainable AI. Okay, previously it's only AI, but now people moving to the XAI. Okay. Also, this is important one, the question in inference, moving beyond correlations. Well, people talking about correlations, students still need to learn, but cause and effects relationship, so they move beyond. People also people are still talking about AI, but people are talking truthful these AI, ensuring reliables, because AI is not 100% reliable. Okay, so ensuring can reliable and robust, because it still is a predictive. outputs, okay, and fairness and our models, high dimension inference, statistical theories for large scale data. Still a lot of way to go. So if you do this one easy, you can get your articles or your research to be published in good journals, okay. So these challenges require strong statistical foundation. So get back again, statistics is very important. If our students have a strong foundation in statistics too, they can go far, okay. Next, almost done. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, thank you. So this is statistical in AI errors. Okay. So just want to stress again that actually it remain foundation for reliable AI systems. Next. Yeah. Okay. So this one we are certain that statistics will never be replaced by AI. Sometimes people worry, no. So this next, because it needs statistics. Okay. This is the AI versus statistical science. Okay, you can see AI basically they're looking into pattern recognition, large scale computation can be very fast, like the plate recognition and so forth, automation process, or statistical, we learn about uncertainty, statistical inference, so forth. So AI detects patterns, statistically explains and validates them. So very important. Next. This is a grand challenge, okay, the grand challenge for all of us, okay, all of us is statisticians here, for statistical science for the next decade. So the first one, as mentioned just now, is a trustworthy AI, causation inference, skills, high dimension data, real-time decisions analytics, okay. I think in ITS under Park Mushuris and Pak Hassan's also embark on these real times for the SPC and so forth, is good, okay. Responsible data science. Next. Opportunities for statistical science. This has a central roles for the future data science, developing interpretable AI models and so forth. Okay, next. So in conclusions, just want to fast this takeaway. Okay, just go to repeat about this. We can see that statistical modeling allows us to early detection for this one. Statistical learning can extract knowledge from the complex systems, and also predictive modeling can support proactive decisions. So statistics basically come again as a form of foundation for the data-driven decision systems. So I think we always need to mention to our students that how important that actually what they learn is very fundamental, important for decisions systems. Next. This one just recap for the entire system. Next. Okay, this one from data decisions, whereby you can see that they transform. You just want to recap the previous one just now. Okay, basically already mentioned. Next. Okay, so with that, my last word is that data is plentiful. You can find data anyway. Availability is no more the issue. Last time we have issues. Nowadays, if you want to do research, you can go get the open data. Okay, everything is available. Okay, go back the slide. The one. Okay. Can you go back to the previous slide? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, thanks. So, but making decisions actually need statistical resonance. So with that, I end my presentation. So again, I would like to thank University Mataram and hosting this, and especially for FORSTAT inviting me to this conference. Also for ITS inviting me. So I wish you all the best for your future undertakings for research and so forth, and also have a fruitful conference today. So thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Professor Lee, for your very insightful presentation. That is very comprehensive and insightful, but unfortunately our time is very limited. So we're going to move to our next session, which is Q&A. We're going to start with the first 3 questions. So if anyone here has any question towards the presentation or anything related to this, to Prof. Lee, please raise your hand and our team will go to your seat and please address your question to Prof. Lee. Aryo di depan.
Okay, thank you. Yep, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you again, Prof. Lee, for your presentation. I would like to underline one of word that you mentioned several times. It is about uncertainty. As we know, people outside statistical science, when they develop machine learning methodology or anything, as far as I observe, the term of uncertainty is not the main concern of them. So when they do the prediction, for example, it's always, the prediction is just like a point prediction. So we predict, and the prediction is only a single number, for example. What do you think, in your opinion or in your scientific view, about handling the uncertainty? Because, for example, also if we talk about XAI, we know several methodologies how to identify, let's say, the importance of variables in the machine learning mechanism. But again, there is uncertainty in the result of that methodologies, because if we change the algorithm, for example, the value of the variable importance will be different, even we use the same data set, but if we change the algorithm, everything will be changed also. So I would like to know how you view the uncertainty in your perspective. Thank you very much, Professor Lee.
So thank you very much for the questions, Prof. Bagus. So I think very legit questions do people ask, and especially if you go for student PhD vivas, if the examiners are background for engineering and so forth, you are ever facing these problems. And engineer normally also less look into perspective of uncertainty, because what they want to see is something tangible. If this work, that's it, as you mentioned, and other things. So that will be their perspective. But we should be truthful to ourselves. Uncertain things is very important for us, but probably not important for them. So because we are not like medical fields or science, okay, whereby they have already have a good models. They are able to have, for example, this is a good lung, this is a good bone and so forth. So they do have a good model, so they see the discrepancy of something, then they can say this is good, because they already have a role models there. And for us, we don't have that ones. Only God knows what is the actual one. So that's why our disciplines are always related to probability, uncertainty, and so forth. So I think we will truthful to ourselves that this is important for us, although sometimes it's not important for them. So we should continue because we are able to explain it well. Okay, we understand this kind of percentage, okay, for our prediction and so forth. I think that is actually good. So that's why you can say, just now you mentioned about the AI and so forth. Yeah, some apps, they give you a higher percentage, give you a correct answer. Some will give you a less correct answer. So all this based on what is the machine behind it. So I think we should always continue to do the pitchings until our societies actually understand that importance of statistics that are related to probability. What I will mention is not 100% this one. So truthfulness, I think, is somehow is very important. So I hope I answered the question. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the question and also for the answers, Prof. Lee. Another question? Yeah, there are two questions from there and also one there.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Prof, for your great presentations. To be honest, I'm really excited and I'm interested in artificial intelligence, especially for machine learning algorithms. Before I'm going to my question, as we know that one of the machine learning step is splitting data into training and testing data. And I have read some papers from some researchers that any variations, some researchers use sometimes 70% for training data and 30% for testing data, and the other researchers use 80% or 60% data for training data and 20 or 30% for testing data. My question is, how do we determine the percentage or the amount of data to be used for training and testing data? Any references or maybe any method we can do? We can do to know how the percentage of training data and testing data well. I mean, to be honest, I just take papers or article as my reference to split the data 70 or 80 or maybe the others. Maybe. Thank you for your time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Please mention your name and affiliation if possible.
Thank you. I'm sorry. My name's Kertana. I'm from Universitas Hamzanwadi. Kertana. I'm from Universitas Hamzanwadi. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, good questions. So you're doing your PhD currently? Doing research or lecturers?
Excuse me?
Your academic staff or currently or doing?
Yeah, I'm lecturer, but to be honest, I'm out of statistics. I mean, my background education is physics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm interested in machine learning, especially application of machine learning in geoscience data sets.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Normally you have related to this, it's a good question related to training and testing data set. So always students, normally students have this dilemma. They need to defend their thesis later on, whether you're going to use 70-30 or 80-20 and other figures. So these are common things that will pop up. Okay, so students or lecturers, you want to publish, you need to defend this. Okay, you need to get ready with this one. So what is the best? So basically, some reading you can see they put 70, and as you mentioned, put 80. So there's no 100% say 70 is good or 80 is good. So very much is on the reference that you use. So if you are studying in certain area, for example, electricities, okay, and most of the article that you refer, they use 70-30, then you should quote that one that actually, so you are safe on that. Okay, probably in marketing, for example, market share and so forth, they use 80 and 20s. So then you should follow that one. If you use 70-30 again, so you will questions. So the benchmark is already there. The purpose is you want to compare. The result should be quite similar. But if you want to really test it, you always can test it. Take the 70-30 or 80-20, you run both and you get the result. So if people ask, then you can get answer. But probably more time taxing. Following what previous people have done, then I think you just continue with that. So just a small issue. By right, don't give you any difference output. Okay. Of course, you can use 50-50. You cannot use 60-40. Okay. So it's common that the 70-30s and above. So I think both also okay. You want to test it, be it no problems, okay? The most important should have reference. It's always like that. Same thing like you're doing simulations. If you want 1,000, you use 10,000, or you use the intervals and so forth, you run your simulations, you always need to have reference. If you not, they will ask you, then you will be big troubles, okay? Can be a major correction, can ask you. Most importantly, you should have reference in your same areas, okay? If you're doing certain area, then should quote from the similar one, okay? Yeah, that one will be important. And next thing, it will be the result. The result should be somehow not too far away from the rest of the publications. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I would like to proceed to another question, but unfortunately, I was warned by the team that the time is up. So, sorry for the next question. I hope other question that they can directly reach out to you after this. So there will be longer discussion and of course more clear discussion with you. So before closing this, I will probably give the wrap-ups about all of the presentation today. So first of all, thank you, Professor Lee, for the insightful presentation, and thank you for everyone for the engaging question. So today's session remind us of a fundamental shift, that we are no longer just asking how to analyze data, but rather on how to build meaningful decision system from the data. And we've seen that data alone is not enough without statistical thinking. Prediction is not enough without uncertainty and interpretation, and AI is not reliable without strong statistical foundations. So perhaps the key takeaway is that in a world flooded with data, the real challenge is not having more information, but having the statistical reasoning to make responsible decision. That's all from me. Once again, thank you for Professor Dr. Muhammad Hisham Lee for the insightful presentation. And with that, I would like to close this keynote session with Professor Muhammad Hisham Lee, and thank you very much. I will now return to the MC.
Thank you. To show our appreciation, we would like to present a certificate of recognition. May we invite Professor Muhammad Hisham Lee to please stand, come to the center of the stage. And of course, and to present the certificate, we would like to invite Dr. Bagus Sartono to join the professor on the stage. Please present the certificate. This token of appreciation symbolizes our gratitude for your contribution to this event. Thank you, Mr. Bagus.
Our deep appreciation to Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hisham Lee from the University of Technology Malaysia, and thank you for the moderator by Dina Eka Putri MSE. Please give a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the break period for lunch, prayer, and preparation for the parallel session.
We would like to inform all participants that at 10:45, our committee and moderators will assist you in moving to the FMIPA building. And for the parallel session, participants are welcome to depart together with the group to the FMIPA building. Please proceed to your respective parallel session, and we wish you a productive and inspiring continuation of the conference. Thank you.